Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Philippa. Good afternoon. Welcome to the All and Create Facebook page. Good afternoon, Shirl. How are you? Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody, to the All and Create Facebook page. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Leslie. Hello there. Hi, Sabine. Hello there. Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Jane. Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Miriam. Not really here. Okay, Miriam, I've not seen you or heard you. Hi, Mary. I'm very well. Are you? Hi, Brian. How are you, our kid? Hi, Gail. I'm very well, Gail. Are you? Hello, Debbie. You're here for a few minutes. I hope you're okay, Debbie. Oh, thank you, Debs. And thank you for your hard work as well for the samples. Hello, Christina. Hello there. Hello, Avril. Good afternoon, Wendy. Rainy Scotland. It's very dull here as well. Hi, Di. Hello, Malcolm. Good afternoon. Welcome to the All and Create Facebook page. Good afternoon, everybody. And welcome. Good afternoon, Eugenie. Good afternoon. Hello, Jane. Hi, Lynn. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you very much. I know some of you saw me on my Facebook page. Hello, Catherine. So this is a little bit of a repeat, but I will be making a card. Oh, I'm glad you're well, Brian. How's Pippa? I hope she's well. Hello, Erica. Hello, Joran. Hello there. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not bilingual. It's all English, I'm afraid. Hi, Helen. It is. It's miserable here as well. I'm not miserable, though. I'm in a good mood. Hello, Helen. How are you, Chuck? All okay here? Brilliant, Gail. Oh, I'm glad you're well, Philippa. I shouldn't be really calling you Pippa, should I really? It's not like I'm married to you or anything. It's very personal, that is. Hello, Conchi. Hello there. Hi. Hello, Linda. Good afternoon. Oh, thank you, Christina. Thank you. She's great. Brilliant. I'm calling her Pippa already, Brian. I've never met her, but I'm getting all personal. So I'm getting a bit personal. Good afternoon, Kim. Oh, thank you. Yes, this should arrive. Brilliant. Thanks, Kim. I am going to make a sample today, a very quick sample, but I need to go through the stamp sets for the All and Create followers as well. Hello, Tricia. A very dark and wet Stoke-on-Trent. That's exactly what it's like here, Tricia. I'm only 16 miles away from you in between Western, sort of in between Nantwich and Crewe. Pippa is fine. Hello, Tracy. Good afternoon. Are you in a mischievous mood, Gail? Oh, no, there's no hope for us then. There's no hope at all. If Gail's feeling mischievous, we haven't got any hope at all. Hello, Mimi. Hello there. You only call the Philippa when I'm angry. Okay, I'll remember that. So if I'm calling a Philippa, that means I'm angry. Hello, Diane. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the All and Create Facebook page. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to all the new ladies and gentlemen that I've never met before. A huge welcome. Hello, Elizabeth. Rather than drag Scotland. Oh, bless Elizabeth. You can listen to me droning on instead. So it is a repeat of yesterday, but I will be making a card with the poppy stamp. I will be making a card with the poppy stamp. So I will do that. I'll try not to keep you too long. I'll try and aim for about an hour, if I can try. You know what I'm like for waffling, but I do like to say hello to everybody. Hello, Lynn. Good afternoon, Lynn. Hello, Margaret. Good afternoon, Flower. How's your fur baby? It's gotten cooler here since the rain arrived. It's quite cool here. Hello, Mariette. Hello there. Good afternoon. I hope your fur baby's okay, Margaret. Hello, Karen. Hello, Linda. Hello, Flower. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm just spending a few minutes saying hello because I do like to say hello to everybody. That's part of who I am. I do like to welcome everybody and just say hello. So I do spend a good 5 minutes saying hello. Hello, Yvonne. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sheila. Good afternoon, Serena. Hello, Janet. Fantastic shows this morning, Janet, with your characters. Hello, Leontine. Hello there. Hi Francis, good afternoon everybody. Thank you for joining me. Good afternoon Mimi. Hello Alison. I hope today finds you all well. I hope you're all well, and if you're in lockdown, I hope you're staying safe. Sending hugs to everybody and hope you're all staying safe. Hello Lorraine. Good afternoon everybody. Hello Karen. Welcome. Welcome to the All and Create Facebook page. Thank you for joining me. Hello Mary. I do recognise a few faces from All and Create Fanatics. Well, not faces but names, you know what I mean. Good afternoon Jill. Welcome Jill. Hello Diane. Hello Louise. Good afternoon everybody. A huge welcome. Thank you to those of you from all over the world. Welcome. Hello Carolyn. Don't know what happened, but I lost you. That might be a good thing, Carolyn. You never know. Hello Turid. Hello there from snowy Norway. You see, I wouldn't mind a bit of snow, but I like snow. Hello Neat. Hello Sue. Hello Belinda. How are you? Are you feeling any better? He's doing better, thanks Tracy. Foot almost healed and blood sugar coming down. Oh, you're obviously doing something right then, Margaret. I hope those injections are going well. Hello, Teresa from Ohio in the USA. Good afternoon and welcome to the All and Create Facebook page. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to those of you who are joining me for a second time and listening to my waffle all over again. You must be mad, but there you go. So thank you for joining me again. I will be creating a card with the poppy stamp towards the middle of the Facebook Live. Typical Manchester, great weather as always. So I think we've got a few people on now for 3:30 in the afternoon, so I think we'll make a start. Hello Marjorie, hello there. It says Marjorie is a top fan. Oh, and Sarah, top fan. Hello from Norway, Sandrine. Hello there. Hi Diane, how are you Chuck? How are you Diane? I'm getting there slowly but better, thank goodness. I'm very well, Belinda, thank you. My conservatory's done, so I can breathe a sigh of release and get onto the lounge and dining room painting. And we have had more than our fair share of rain today. Hey, we can talk about the weather, we can all day, can't we, in the UK? Hello, Shelley. Good afternoon, Shelley. How are you? Well, I hope today finds you all well. I hope you're all well. And I'm going to make a start now. For those of you that have joined me from my Facebook, I am going to repeat the stamp sets. I'm going to make a card towards the middle of the Facebook Live. Hello, Christiana. Hello there. From Wolfsburg. Welcome. Oh, and she's replying to Margaret. Welcome. So I'm going to start with my first stamp set. If there are any questions that I missed on my Facebook Live, please give me a shout and I will answer any questions. Now, All and Create on and Hachanda, we've got a one-day special this evening at 6 p.m. on Hachanda. So we've got a one-day special at 6 p.m. on Hachanda, and that's with the lovely Leonie. Hello, Judy. Hello, Dawn. That's with the lovely Leonie. So I'd like to say thank you to Leonie for stepping in. Hello, Dawn. Good afternoon. Have you defrosted, Lorraine? Hello, Karen. How are you, Chuck? Hi, Flower. Hi, June. How are you, Flower? So thank you for joining me. I have spent a few minutes saying hello to everybody, so I am going to make a start so that I don't waffle on for England like I normally do. So we've got a one-day special at 6 p.m. The shows are 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. today, and then tomorrow, Saturday, it is 8 a.m, midday and 4 p.m. I can just imagine what you would do with this stamp set, Brian. I can just imagine. Nearly time, Karen. Yay! Two Karens. Hello, Karen and Karen. So Leonie's stepping in for me. So a big thank you to Leonie. So thank you very much, Leonie. She's probably busy anyway, but I still like to say thank you. Hello, Akina, and welcome from Belgium. And I just want to say that All and Create and Hachanda are working around the clock, and your orders will be dispatched the next day or within 2 days. So your orders will be dispatched the next day or within 2 days. So they are working hard behind the scenes to make sure that your orders are dispatched maximum a couple of days. So fingers crossed you'll get them quite quickly. Oh, thank you, Akina, thank you. So this is my first stamp set. This is the A4 stamp set, and I wanted something that was quite flexible, that gave a lot of options. And we've got a really detailed beetle here. Let's move these around. Now the stamp sets are designed all to work with my previous releases, and all the wings and all the bugs are all separate. So if you just wanted to use the wings like Brian would in his paper casting, so Brian might just use the wings, or he might use the wings in an insect, then you can use them all individually. So you can use them all individually. While clearing the craft room. That sounds about good. Oh, thank you, Avril. Thank you very much, Avril, for ordering. Thank you. So this big beetle here, he's quite big. Let me get my measuring tape. You see, I didn't get my measuring tape this time, you see. I forgot what he measures. He measures, I think is it 7? He measures 7 inches. So this stamp set is actually 7 inches. And I will show you a couple of samples, but all the little creatures are all individual, and the design team have done some fantastic samples. Hello, Gina. Good afternoon. Welcome, Gina. Welcome, Flower. So all the stamps are individual. Let me just bring in a couple of samples for you. Let me just bring in a couple of samples just so that you can see the beetle. So this is the beetle. I'm hoping to get tea time out of the way, ready for the show. Yay, Shally. Yay. Good afternoon, Bev. It needs paper casting, doesn't it, Brian? I absolutely agree. It needs paper casting. So this is the big beetle, and these are the small ones together. And I've added them to like a tray, just to look it a little bit different. My craft room reorganisation is now complete. I need photos, Jill. I need photos. You see, I'm doing it again. I'm waffling for England. I need photos, Jill. Big beetle, Bertie beetle. Big Berthy. So that is one of the samples, just so you can see. It doesn't just have to be done in browns. It can be done in colourful pieces as well. And just so you can see a stark contrast, that's what it looks like in the blue. Just so you can see, when you colour them differently, you get 2 different looks. And in the background here, I've got Absy stencils that he's releasing this time. We've got Absy stencils in the background that he's releasing this time. Don't forget to pour mine, Lorraine says. Good afternoon, Marjorie. Good afternoon. So that's sort of, I just want to spend a few minutes just looking through the samples, because sometimes I think it's important to see how a sample can make something look completely different. I did mine as well, but somehow new stuff keeps arriving. I do that, Malcolm, and then I have a pile of new stuff on the floor. So that just shows you, that is from the container stamp. That is from the container stamp, the figure 1. So you can mix and match your stamps, because they all look totally different when you mix and match. It looks great in blue, doesn't it, Bev? I like it in blue. And then if you like your grungy elements, he also looks cool if you want him a little bit more grungy. If you want a little bit more grungy element, then it shows you a little bit different, a little bit more dimension, a little bit grungier. But I still love him in the grungy elements as well. Just so you can see that you can work with him in many different ways. So I'll try not to concentrate on the stamp sets for too long so that you don't get bored of my waffle. Now, if you've got any questions and there's anything I don't answer, please feel free to ask away. Ask any questions that you want. My next stamp set is an A6 stamp set. And this is the beetle stamps, and it goes perfectly with the other beetles. He goes perfectly with the big beetle. He goes perfectly with the big beetle. So we've got little beetles to coordinate. Oh, I'm glad you like the red one, Sabine. Thank you. The stamps are winging their way to me as we speak. Yay, Jill. Thank you very much, Jill, for ordering. Thank you. all the stockists have got the stamp sets as well. So your stockists in your area have also got the stamp sets. Now, the beetles have got a die set. Now, I know I repeated this yesterday, but I'm going to repeat it today, just for those of you that weren't watching my Facebook Live. Let me see if I've got the right one. Have I got the right one? Yes. So what you do is you cut yourself a template out of the dies. So cut yourself a template out of the dies, like so, and stamp your beetle. This is how you get a perfect lineup of image. So if you want to line up your dies perfectly, let me make sure I've got the right die. So you've got the die, so it's cut out. You've got the stamp, which is stamped, and then you've got your die here. Oh, brilliant, Karen. Thank you very much for ordering. And what you do is you place your die cut piece over the stamped image so that it lines up. So line it up best as you can, and then place your die, and it slots in. You can't move it, it slots in. Once you've got it, it's slotted in. And then you run it through your die cutting machine. Run it through your die cutting machine and it'll cut out perfectly. That means you'll have your beetle all lined up. Just a little tip for those that didn't watch my live yesterday. That's just a little tip for you. So if you do buy the beetles and you buy the die, cut yourself a little template out because it works really well. So cut yourself a little template out because that works really well. So we'll just put them out of the way. And then, if you want, you could also cut the beetles out of washi tape. I have got washi tapes released this time. So if you want to, you could cut the beetle out of washi tape. That's the same beetle. That's a different beetle, Tracy, you drip. That's a different beetle, but you can cut him out of washi tape. So you've got 3 different ways you can sort of use them. So that's just a little tip so that you know how to line them up. You're very welcome, Serena. Thank you, Brian. So when you get your dies, just cut yourself a little template out. And then you've got your template all ready, which I've got in my dies. Just put that die back so I don't lose it. Just put that die back. Just place that in there. There we go. That's nice and safe. Let's move those out of the way. So you've got your 4 little bugs that coordinate with everything else. And there's just a tip of using it nice and easily. Oh, did you order the washi tapes? Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to place these stamp sets back in the packaging because it was a nightmare yesterday. I'd got stuff everywhere. So that's your 4 beetles and that's your die set. This is all in the 1-day special. So this bundle is all in the 1-day special. We've also got the little critters. Let me just get a piece of white card, which works better. Let me just get a piece of white card, just so you can see that. We've also got the little critters, and these go and coordinate with my previous stamp sets. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Thanks, Linda. So these are the little bee and the little dragonfly. And these actually coordinate with my A5 stamp set and my A4 stamp set. The idea is that everything that I design coordinates with everything else that I've already designed. Thank you for ordering, Karen. So it goes with everything else I've already designed. And I might actually incorporate this little bee in my project today. So I keep changing my mind what I'm doing. So I might incorporate the little bee. So I might just give him a little inking just so that he's primed. Let me just get a little stamp, an acrylic block. I'm just going to put my little bee on my acrylic block just so that I remember to use him maybe in my project. I'll have a think and see where we're going later. So I'm just going to prime that stamp and let that ink dry just while I waffle on for England. What's going to be in the big bundle, I will tell you that, Mary. Everything that I show you, apart from the sewing ones, is going to be in the big bundle. But I will mention that to you at the end. So the creatures and the little critters are going to be in the 1-day special. So that's the 1-day special, is the little critters, the big A4, the die and the beetles. Then you've got a second bundle. You've got a second bundle. Let me just move that out the way. Let's move that creature. You've then got a second bundle. And I've got stuff everywhere now. I've got stuff everywhere. You've then got a second bundle. You can tell I've been using the stamps. It's no problem, Lynn. And then you've got a second bundle. This second bundle, Mary, is also within the complete bundle. So you've got the beetles and the die and the little beetles. They are the 1 day special. This is the second bundle and is included in the complete bundle. So you've got my pots, which I'm using, and now don't know where the stamp set is. This is what I'm like. It's because I'm doing a project at the same time. So you've got these pots, and the pots are designed to work with all your stamp sets. So they're designed to make your flowers look a little bit different. And I've left them open so that if you want to use your decorative papers or your backgrounds, or you want to add the figure 1 inside the plant pot, that's the idea why they've remained open. It means that that open design, you can use them with your ultra thicks, you can use them with your decorative papers, you can use them with your backgrounds, and it also means that you can have things sitting on them. So you can have things sitting on the pots. So the birds that I released before in October will sit on the pot. So the birds will sit on these pots, and also the flowers will go inside. Oh, bless you, Brian. So that also gives you the sentiment, the grow. And I was asked for figure 1 to figure 4 to be in a smaller font. So I added them as a smaller font because I was requested. Oh, bless you, Vanessa. Thank you, Vanessa. No, the washi tapes will be in the big bundle, Linda. They will be in the big bundle as well, the washi tapes as well. I'm just going through them, and I will mention to you that they will be in the big bundle as well. So I need them pots for me demo. This is going to get in a mess. And then we've got the poppy heads, which is what I'm going to demonstrate today. This is what I'm going to make the card with today, is the poppy heads. And the poppy heads I've added, let me just get this, I've added the postmarks behind to go with my previous stamp sets, to go with the background stamp sets I've bought out in October. So the background on the poppy stamp set goes with the background I bought out in October. So I'm really pleased with that one. I think it's come out lovely, and I'm quite pleased with my card. So I'll actually demonstrate with this one today. But don't worry, I'll do a lot of Facebook Lives, a lot of workshops to show how these will all be used, just to give you some ideas. I won't just disappear. I will be bringing you other ideas as well. So we're going to create with that today. So we won't waffle on too much about that because I'll use it today. This is still your second bundle. And this is the watering can. And the watering can can be used on its own in like a postcard stamp, or on an ATC, or on a coin. But the idea is you can also use it with your flowers, the flowers that you've had before. So you can use it with your flowers, or it can also be used with your birds to stand on it. So the whole idea is that the little birds will stand on it as well. So they all meant to work together. I've tried to make it so whether you buy one stamp or 2 stamps or whatever, they all work with what you've already previously got. And there's some little text and some postage marks on this stamp as well, so that it also coordinates with the background stamp and the poppy stamp as well, just so that they all coordinate. And this is still in bundle 2. So this is still in bundle 2. And I'm being very good, and I'm placing the stamp sets back because you should have seen the mess I got into yesterday. So then we've got an A5 stamp set, which is still bundle 2. This is still bundle 2. So this is your second bundle, and this is your poppies. And if you notice, oh, I'm terrible. Oh, thank you, Lynn. So this is the poppy set. And if you notice, the poppy set has also got a smaller poppy head, just so that it coordinates with the border poppy stamp. So it's also got a smaller poppy head so that you can have a composition. So you've got a smaller poppy head, and then you've got the poppies. And you've also got the little grassies so that you can either create a wreath or you can create meadow type stamping, so that you can create all those kind of things, whether you create meadow stamping or you want to do an individual stamping. They all coordinate with the border stamp as well. Just had an idea for the watering can. Yay, Serena. So this is also, let me just place that on a clear background. This is also in your complete bundle. This is also in your complete bundle. So that will be in the complete bundle. So I'm going to show you what else is in the complete bundle, just so that you know. Just move that on the side. Also in the complete bundle are your washi tapes. So you've got your washi tapes as well. So your washi tapes are also in the complete bundle. Now, I'm sure some stencils are as well, but this is in your complete bundle. So you've got washi tape number 1, which has got your birds in. Tracy, we need a stamp that looks like moss, so you can put that on the top of the pot, Serena. So we've got our first washi tape, which has got the birds on from my October release, just so that you can see that washi tape. It's got the birds on from the October release, so it coordinates with that stamp set perfectly, just so that you can see that. And it's got fly free, bird song, nature, just like the stamp sets. Just like the stamp sets, it's got that detail on the washi tape. And I'm trying to show you the washi tapes a little bit closer because it's not easy to see them in photograph format. So I'm trying to show them you a bit closer. This is the other washi tape. This is a horticultural one. This is a horticultural one that's got like berries and numbers. It's got berries and numbers. And I'm trying to hold it close to the camera so that you can see all the detail in that washi tape. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I just love the washi tape. I think it's divine. Thank you, Sabina. I just love it. And when you see it close up, I think you can see it better on camera than you can see it on a photograph. Yes, Flower Soft would look gorgeous at the top of the pots, around the plants. Flower Soft would look wonderful. So that's number 2. And if you notice the different thicknesses, Hello, Joe. So the different thicknesses. I will be making a sample as well today. So this is the other one that's also a bird one, which is in black and white. Thank you, Flower. Thanks, June. So this one is in black and white, and it is slightly wider. I will hold them up so you can see all the different lengths and thicknesses. I think there's 10 meters on these, but I'll show you the different thicknesses. I usually use Flower Soft for moss. Flower Soft would work beautifully. Let me show you the 3 I've done so far so you can see the different thicknesses. They're all a different thickness, just so you can see the different thickness in the washi tapes. I've got real moss, Tracy, as well, so don't worry about it. Now this one is a really thick one. So this is fantastic for your mixed media. Let me hold it the right way. Fantastic for your mixed media, for tearing little bits, just for adding little bits to your project, for die cutting. So if you want, thank you, Sandrine. If you want to die cut any elements out of your pages, then add this to your page and die cut your beetles. That would work beautifully. Oh, bless. No problem at all, Vanessa. No problem at all. I'm going to use them and die cut some elements out as well. So that is your other washi tape, just so you can see the thicknesses. If I hold them together, you can see the thickness differences with the tapes. So these are all in your big bundle. These are all in your big bundle. And then you've got your beetles. Let me just hold that. Am I holding that the right way? That's it. Now you've got your beetles, just so you can see your beetles, just close up. So this shows your beetles and your background imagery, some flowers, some numbers, some foliage. I just love it. I love the colour on that one. Just shows you what it looks like if I just unravel it a little bit. And I'm sure there's around about 10 metres on the washi tape. So just bring, and I will hold them all together so you can see the thicknesses. And then my final washi tape is the sewing one. The sewing one. That's my final washi tape. And that is your big bundle. And I'm sure there's some stencils as well in the big bundle, which I will show you. Thank you, Vanessa. Oh, it is used a lot to make plants and flowers for dolls' houses. Yes, it is, Bev. Yes, you can die cut the beetles out of your washi tapes, so that will work really lovely. Also, you could die cut flowers, or even cut yourself a freehand heart and cover it in washi tape. So those are your washi tapes and their thicknesses. Just so you can see the washi tapes and their thicknesses. I'll just hold them up close because it's very difficult to see them online. So if the stockists have shown them online, sometimes it's very difficult to see the detail close up. So if I hold that like that, you can see the detail in the washi tapes and the different sizes of the washi tapes. Just take that down a little bit, just so you can see that. So I hope I'm giving enough information for you, just so that you can see that. And then I have got another release that's not on the shows today. These are not on the shows today, but they are available from the stockists. And that is my sewing sets. So these are my sewing sets. We've got, she can't get it out. We've got an A5 set, which if I just take my stamped images out, let's move these so you can see. I've got an A5 stamp set, like so, which has got the two ladies, which I adore, absolutely adore them. And your washi tape goes with these two ladies as well. So just so that you can see those in a little bit more detail, that's what's on your A5 stamp set. But it's also got some sentiments. Sewing mends the soul. Sewing forever, housework whenever. Just so that you know, there's a couple of sentiments on there. Oh, thank you, Sabine. Thank you. I didn't think for one moment I'd be planning. Oh, I'm planning what I'm going to do with the beetles already, Tracy. Snap. And then you've got an A7 stamp set, which has got a thimble. What do you call it? A reel, some scissors and a button. And the button is sized so that you can thread it with your twine. So you can thread the button with your twine. And also, these thimbles could be used as pots. So the thimbles could be used as pots. Or if you turn them this way, the birds could stand on them. So the birds could stand on the thimbles as well. So the birds can stand on the thimbles. Let me just move these out the way just so you can see this. These are available from our stockists. And also there is an A6 stamp set. There's an A6 stamp set, which also you could stand the birds on the thimbles, or they could be plant pots, or you could stand the birds on the scissors, especially the steampunk bird, because he would look quite good on the scissors. Just place that down. So this is the third lot of stamps that I've released this time. The third lot of stamps I've released this time, but these are not on Hochanda. Now, for the complete bundle, if you purchase the complete bundle from Hochanda, there is a limited edition stamp, I don't know whether, I think it's limited edition. I don't know whether it's available afterwards, but there is a little Tracy designed by Janet Klein. There's a little Tracy if you buy the complete bundle. So we'll just take that out of the washed plastic. So there's a little Tracy, and I've got my little wonky pear, and I've got my little Wellingtons, my sardine tin, my tags, and my little poppies and Quirky. I just think I need some pyjamas now. I think I just need some pyjamas. I really do need pyjamas. So that's the little limited edition stamp set, which is A7 with $7.99, and that's with the limited, that's with the full bundle. That's what Herchanda are offering. I don't know what the cost of the bundle is, but I do know that Herchanda and All and Create have worked really hard to make sure that all orders are dispatched within 1 to 2 days maximum. So they've been working hard in the background. Do you need a little Tracy? Bless, bless. Need it to go with little abs. We're going to get into mischief, we are. Now, before I actually make my sample, I'm just going to show Absy's stencils because they're in some of them are in my complete bundle. So let me just get, I think this one is, this one, that one, that one. So I'm just going to show you some of Absy's stencils. So here we've got stencil 104, which is neurons, and stencil 100, which is nodes. Now I know these are definitely on my show. They're all in the one day special, so I know these are in the show. So this is nodes and neurons, and I like the fact that the nodes has got no straight edges, so it works really well. Spaghetti haired Tracy, that's me, I'm spaghetti hair. So these work beautifully in the backgrounds. I can't live without my stencils. Hello David, hello there. So I love the stencils because they work so well with the stamp sets. Oh, bless Catherine. No, you can put them in my group, Catherine. You can put them in my group. So, yes, so it's just... And I'll be offering lots of inspiration with these stencils and with my stamp sets, either in the All and Create Fanatics group, on my Facebook timeline, or in my group, Tracy Create Craft and Share, Craft Addicts. So I'll be adding lots of inspiration in all the groups to make sure I don't just disappear. I will make sure I add lots of inspiration. Now this stencil, I love this one because it goes with everything. You know when you get those stencils where they're not gender specific, they're not age specific, they're not image specific. This goes with everything, so I absolutely love this. Now I don't want to spend too long because I am aware I've got to make a sample, so I don't want to spend too long because I am aware I need to make a sample. So here are the other stencils from Abs. Let me just show you these. I've got to show you this one. I want to show you this one because this work, if you've got any of those background stamps, you can stamp this, use this with your stamps and stamp your background stamps inside the holes. So I love it for that technique. And if you look at the samples on Herchanda, Janet Pring used the stencil and coloured it in and did some Zentangling, and it works really well like that when you Zentangle inside. So it works really well for that. So look out for Janet Pring's sample. We've also got 2 more stencils from the lovely Abs. And again, these are brilliant because there's no edges. I just love them. No edges. And again, Abs has thought about the designs and how they'll work with the stamp sets. So he also has to think about how they're going to work with the stamp sets you've already got and with the stencils you've already got, and maybe with the dies. So he has thought about how you're going to use them because he did have a hexagonal release. So this complements the hexagonal release as well. So just so you can see those. So those are from the lovely Abs. And now I'm going to, was that quick enough? I'm now going to create a sample. And I'm going to create a sample that's hot. So I'm now going to create a sample. So if there's anything I haven't answered, if you've got any questions about the shows at 6 o'clock, please put the questions in the comments. If there's something that I haven't shown you properly, please let me know in the comments. So I'm going to use this stamp set. I'm going to use the containers because I'm going to use figure 1 and figure 4 and the sentiments. And I'm probably going to use my little bee. I'll see how it goes. I'll see how it goes. Exactly, the hexagon goes with the bee. So I'm going to start with this. And what I'm going to do, I'm starting with a piece of craft card. I can't find any stamps anywhere because I've just chucked everything everywhere. I'm just a disaster area. So I've got a piece of craft card. I was just testing something here. So I've got a piece of craft card which is 4 inches in width by 9 inches in length. 4 inches in width by 9 inches in length. I'm dangerous. I'm just dangerous. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink my stamp. I'll just ink the bee once more to give it another priming. Just ink that bee once more just to prime that stamp, just so it can be drying on the stamp. Oh, thank you, Belinda. Thank you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ink my poppy stamp, and I'm using craft card. Now, I have primed the stamp, so you need to give your stamp a really good inking. Make sure you give it a really good inking. Don't scrimp on the inking. If you don't ink properly, you're not going to get a good image, especially with a stamp set that has got so much detail on it. You really do need to be considerate about how much ink you use. Also, I recommend the VersaFine Clair or the VersaFine because that makes sure that the stamp gets a really good coating of ink that's got a good open time, that stays wet longer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on the side just so it makes it easier for me to see where I'm going to stamp. So I'm just going to stamp this here like so. And I'm using craft card. So craft card is quite absorbent, so it will suck this ink. Oh, thank you, Jane. So it will suck this ink into the background. So you just need to allow that ink to sit. And I'm using the All and Create acrylic blocks, so I can lift this acrylic block up just so that I get the central areas of this stamp. I can lift it both sides just to give it a good lift, and just allowing that ink to sit on there for a good length of time. Don't be in a rush. Craft card, I get it from different places, to be honest, depending when it's on offer. So I get it from different places. So when we lift that up, as you can see, I've got my poppy stamp. Okay, we've got a stamp set. And what I'm going to do now is bring it to life a little bit more. I'm now going to bring it to life a little bit more. Is it on offer at Tonic? Oh, right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add shading, more depth, and we're going to bring it to life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use oxide inks, twisted citron, and peeled paint. And I'm using these because what you need to remember, hello Michelle, what I need to remember is that when you're using craft card, the distress inks won't show up, but the distress oxides will show up because they've got an opaque quality, because they're a pigment dye ink, so they will show up on the craft card. Look at this, look where I've got black ink. Look at that, I've got black ink on my arm. Such a professional look. Look at the black ink. Just an attractive look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the twisted citron to a piece of the acetate that's in the stamp sets. Thank you, Michelle. And I'm just going to spritz with water. I'm just going to spritz with water. And then I'm just going to mess it up with my fingers, just so that I don't get any straight lines. I know, what am I like, Belinda? You can't take me anywhere. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to add this to my background. And I'm just going to let it sit on the card. And the ladies that do my workshops always know that I say that if you can allow the oxides to dry themselves rather than heat setting them, then it's better. Excuse me. But obviously, when you're doing a Facebook Live, you haven't got that luxury. Hello, Doreen. Hello there. How are you? -17. Wow, Doreen. -17. Now, if you let this ink sit on craft card, you get a totally different look. Don't be in too much of a rush to not allow that ink to sit. Is Facebook not playing nice? Did it throw you out, Jennifer? That's not very polite, is it? Not very polite at all. What I'm going to do now is just watch this. Watch the colour of the twisted citron. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Look what the twisted citron's doing. It's turning on craft. The twisted citron is turning blue. It's turning blue on craft card. It gives it a blue tinge on craft card. So you need to let that sit. Don't be in too much of a rush for not allowing that to sit. And what you're going to do then is repeat the same process with Distress Oxide peeled paint. Now, I do apologise. I am obviously going to be on the Facebook Live longer than an hour. So I do apologise that I'm taking up a little bit more of your time than expected. So I'm using the peeled paint Distress Oxide, and I'm just going to add that to my piece of acetate. Can you see it? It's turning blue. It's turning blue. What was that? Tim Hutt said, if I have his tonic glass mat, the white part, when place ink on and spritz, then it gives the tiny ink dots. Yes, it does, Belinda. But I said that in my workshops as well. So what you need to do is not add too much water and just mess the ink up with your finger, because you don't want any straight lines. You don't want any straight lines. So you're now adding the peeled paint to your background with your acetate. Now, this is a totally different technique than picking it up off a non-stick craft sheet or your glass mat, or it just gives you a different look. And what I want you to do is I want you to bear with me and let that sit while we do the next step. Let that sit just so the ink sits, and I'll show you how we're going to give it more definition. They're going to sell them later, another time, Jennifer. So there wasn't too many stamp sets in one show. So I'm just going to allow that to sit for a few moments. And then what I'm going to do, don't worry, I have done some prep. I have done some prep. What we're going to do is we've got a die cut circle. Thank you, Rinny, thank you. Just bear with me while we give it some more life. We're not going to leave it like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to ink, once again, those poppy heads. We're going to ink those poppy heads once again. Just give them a good inking. And as you can see, I don't scrimp on that inking. Oh, thank you, Kerry. Thank you very much. And what you're going to do is you're going to stamp the poppy heads on to this circle, like so. You're going to stamp part of this image onto the circle. I'm not stamping the whole image because I want this to be a spotlight. So you're just stamping it like so. And we're going to bring our card to life. We're now going to take some time to bring it to life. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to allow, can you see, it's now going more blue. Can you see that that twisted citron is going more blue? But I haven't got the luxury just to let that dry on its own continually. What we've got here is, I've now added the poppy on the top and I've coloured it with my polychromo pencils. I've coloured it with my polychromo pencils. And then what I've got is I've just layered the flower, the little poppy head 3 times, just so that it's got some dimension. So that's what it looks like when it's coloured. And now we're going to add a little bit more life. So what I want to do is, let's just dry this. Now I don't want you to do this at home. When you're at home and you're doing the card, don't dry this. Don't dry it. I'm doing what I don't want you to do. I'm drying it. Don't you dry the card. You let yours dry naturally. Let it dry naturally. Now craft card obviously is very absorbent and it's totally different to other card. So you have to bear that in mind. You do have to bear that in mind. Oh, bless Michelle. So I'm just giving that a really good dry. And can you see that I've got quite a bit of blue on there now? Just dry that. So I've got quite a bit of blue on there. So just bend my card. You see what will happen is this will go over here like so. But I've got one I've already prepared. So I'll show you what we're going to do. What you then need to do is give a bit of life to this. You need to give some life to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use polychromos, which are the green, and an inktense pencil. Does it have 2 heat settings? Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Serena. Yes, it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to bring the stems to life. Don't worry. You don't have to watch me to do all this. I have prepared one beforehand. But I'm just going to do one stem just so you can see the difference. And I've done one beforehand. So you don't have to watch me. But I'm just adding 2 layers of the polychromos. And if you're doing this properly, you add layers of colour. You don't add the polychromos as quickly as I'm doing here. You take your time. Hello, Lee. Hello there. Hi, Flower. So you take your time just to add a bit of shading just to this stem. And then what I want you to do is take your inktense pencil, and you're going to add a little bit of shading just around the poppy head, because I want you to just give it a bit of dimension. I want you to bring it to life. So this is the inktense pencil. And what I can do is just activate that inktense pencil. Serena says hi. So I'm just going to activate that inktense pencil just to add a little bit of shading, and just keep wiping the excess off on my hand just to give it that bit of shading. So I'm just adding that just to give it some life. Oh, bless you, Belinda. Thank you. So the inktense pencil will go straight over the ink. No problem at all. So what you do is you take some time doing this. You don't rush it like I'm doing. You take some time. And what you do is you go back over with your pencils like so. And you end up with this. You end up, let me just wipe my desk just so it's nice and clean. Let me bring in some white card. You end up, let's just move that. You end up with that. Can you see that the shading has made so much difference? The shading makes a massive difference. Oh, are you doing an art journal page, Debbie? Oh, bless you. I can't wait to see it, Debbie. So can you see the dimension that that gives? just to that poppy head. You need to take time to add these details. Don't be in so much of a rush not to add the details. The other thing you need to do before we carry on is you take your peeled paint, Distress Oxide ink. They stand out, don't they, Sally? Exactly. Have you cleaned up, Tracy? Don't be daft, Jennifer. Of course I haven't cleaned up. What you need to do then is take your peeled paint, Distress Oxide ink, and just drag it across some of the edges. Not all of the edges, just some of the edges. Just drag it very lightly across some of the edges of the card. I will make a second card with this piece. Just drag the Distress Oxide over some of the edges. And I'm just going to clean my work area, just so you can see. There's ways of bringing it to life if you take your time. I will make a second card with this. Let's move that out of the way and bring this one in. So this is what we've got so far. And what we're going to do is we're going to place this over the top, like so. So it acts like a spotlight. So it's up to you. You can leave it as it was, or you can add the spotlight. I'm going to add the spotlight. I'm using a grey Inktense pencil, Sarah. I'm using a grey one. Goodness knows what colour. Does that help you if I hold it up? Hold it up to the camera would be ideal, Tracy. Oh yes, come on camera, focus. Let's see if it says anything else on there. Now my camera's working overtime to try and focus on the pencil. It's just a grey. And just remember, Inktense pencils are exactly that. They're ink. They're ink in here, so you can use them on fabric because there's ink. And when you heat set them, when you add water to them, they're permanent. So just so that you know that. That's what I like, Tracy. The spotlight really makes it pop. So I'm just going to add this spotlight to my card. Now a gallon of glue is all coming out as well. So I'm just going to take my time just to add this spotlight, just to make sure that I've got it in the right place. So I just spend a few moments just adding that spotlight like so, just to make sure it's in place. So just take your time, don't rush it, just take your time, just so that that spotlight is in place. And you spend quite a bit of time adding this shading to your stem. Don't be in a rush to add this shading. Make sure that you take your time to add the shading, just so that it pops out a little bit more. So just take your time. Don't be in a rush to do that. I'm just allowing that adhesive. Oh, thank you, Karen. I'm just allowing that adhesive just to set. I'm just allowing it to set. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shading just around here, just so that that stands out a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is add a little tiny bit of shading around my spotlight. What you would do, obviously, when you're not live, you would allow everything to dry properly. Don't do what I'm doing and try to add your shading around your spotlight while the glue's not set. Make sure you add your shading around your spotlight once your adhesive is completely dry. Obviously, when you're doing a Facebook Live, it takes a little bit longer. Oh, thank you, Karen. I've still got details to add to it because there's bits of details I want to add to it, just to make it sing a little bit more. So I'm just adding the shading around my spotlight, and I'm just going to activate that. Just going to activate, and you know, I'm enjoying making my little card. So I'm just going to activate that. Make sure that I've not got too much black on there already, and just activate this little bit of shading. And then just keep wiping off the excess, just so you don't keep adding that ink back on again. Just so that you don't keep adding the ink back on. So I'm just adding the shading around my spotlight Hopefully you can see that in the camera. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm just adding this spotlight, just taking my time. The extra little touches for me are what make a card sing. If you're in too much of a rush, which sometimes we are, we're all in a rush sometimes, so you just have to take your time. And you don't want to use too much moisture on your craft card, because it's craft card at the end of the day, it's not watercolour card. So you don't want to add too much water. So I keep dabbing off the excess, so I'm not using too much water. If I just bring that in, you can see that that pops. That just pops. Just dry that. And then what did you use to get the lovely white touches down the stem? I used my jelly roll pen. So I just used my jelly roll pen and just added some little touches of white down the stem, just to make it pop a little bit more. So I just added my jelly roll pen just to add a little touches. And then what we've got is, do you remember this stamp set? The Pots stamp set. So with the Pots stamp set, I've used the figure 1 to the figure 3, and I've just stamped myself a little label. I'm just stamping myself a little label. So just think the white against the craft really pops. It really pops. And I know what I'm going to do with the other piece I've made. So I'm just going to add this here now, just to give me another pop of white, because I don't just want a pop of white here and white outside. I want to bring it into the card as well, just so it looks like a cohesive design. So I'm just going to add that little bit of a label just to mine. Of course, now my glue won't come out. Come on, glue. Do you know, if I'm going live, you can always rely that my glue decides it's not going to come out the container. There we go. Of course I'll put it on YouTube, Michelle, no problem at all. So I'm just going to add this here, and I always take my time just to add the finishing touches, just to add the finishing touches. So I'm not rushing this, I'm just taking my time. And I'll probably wait for that to dry and add a bit of shading. Yeah, it comes out in globs or not at all, exactly. I'm like, can you please behave? And then I've got this word grow that is from this stamp set again. From the Plant Pot stamp set, I'm using the word grow. So just use this stamp set grow. It's got green on it off my baby wipe. Just add the word grow here. Just go and add that there. And I already know what I'm going to do with the other piece. So I'm just taking my time. Just going to let that set and grab just a few minutes. And then I'm just going to add a few delicate splatters of white paint. Just a few, nothing too overpowering. Nothing too overpowering, because I want it to stay. I want it to be classy. I don't want it to be too much. I don't want that to be too much. I'm just letting that adhesive set, just so it sets. And obviously you will let yours dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add this to the inside of my card. So what I'm going to do is just add the shading just around this one as well, because this can go on the inside of my card, just so it looks finished, and it gives this time just to dry a little bit. I'm going to the wrong one then. So I'm just going to add the shading to this poppy as well. And then I've just got one more little step I want to do. So I'm just adding the little bit of shading to this poppy head as well, just so that it stands out. Just taking off the excess so I don't add too much, because I can add this to the inside. Hi all, hello Becky, doesn't matter that you're late, it's only me waffling on, doing my poppy card. So I'm just going to add the shading to the stem. and I'm using the polychromo pencils to add the colouring. And obviously when you're colouring, you will take a lot more time than I do. Obviously when you're live, you do have to rush a little bit. You do have to rush a little bit. So I'm just taking my time just to add a little bit of shading. And then this can go to the inside of my card. It can go to the inside. So I think it's worth it, definitely doing it. So I'm just adding 2 shades of green. Hello, Karen. Hello there, Flower. Hello there. So this will add it to the inside. Like so. And what you can do is you can just add a little bit of shading to your poppy head. Just a little bit. Nothing much. Because this is only going to the inside of my card. It's just going to the inside of my card. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading just around the base, so this can be added to the inside. So I can add this then to the inside. And then what I'm going to do, hopefully I can find them straight away. Where are my gel pens? Just get my gel pens. And hopefully I've got a green one. Of course, the green, oh it is, it's open. I'm just going to add some little green dots to the top of my poppy head. Just add some little dots to the top of my poppy head, just for the inside of my card. I love my polychromo pencils. I love them. Just going to add a little bit to here as well. And I will lift this up just so that you can see. Just adding a few dots just to my poppy, just to finish it off nicely, just to bring it to life. And what you do then, let's move that out the way, is when this is completely dry, you add this to the inside of your card like so. So this would become the inside of your card, but something's missing. We need some white splatters just to the inside of the card as well. So add that to the inside of your card, like so. So this goes in the inside, which I will let it dry completely. I won't press it in now and ruin the card. So that will go on the inside of the card. And that is the front of your card, which then you will add a little bit of shading to your sentiments. You'll just add a little bit of shading to your sentiments, just so that it's finished off nicely and properly, just so that it looks finished. So just add some shading around your sentiment, just so it looks finished off. No, it's just Julie. We've not frozen, Flower. We've not frozen. We're still going. Sorry, Lee. We're still going. The white splatters, I either use a Posca paint pen or a Motolo pen. A Posca pen or a Motolo pen. Whichever you find the best. I couldn't get a Posca pen, so I got a Motolo pen. But I normally use Poscas. And you need to make sure that you add that shading to your sentiment just to finish it off. And I will do this one when it's completely dry. And that is your card complete. Let's put the inside next to the outside of the card. And I will probably spend time adding shading to this poppy. Just a little bit more shading. Hello, Satu. Hello there. Hope you enjoyed your sleep. And that is our card finished. I'll just hold them up just so that you can see some of the details in the card. Just so you can see the details, the shading. Just so you can see that. Oh, thank you, Brian. Thank you. And that's your card. And I hope you'll all join Leonie this evening at 6 o'clock. I hope you'll all show your support for Leonie. And thank you everybody who's purchased and for all your support. And I definitely will be back very soon with more inspiration. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Thank you. So I hope that's sort of give you a little idea, just to give you some interesting things to do, whether you use new stamp sets or old stamp sets. So I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you very much. Thanks, Lee. So have a lovely afternoon, everybody. I will put this on YouTube for those that have missed it. And I will see you all later in the week. Well, later next week, maybe. Yeah, it does actually, Sarah. Yes, it does. That's a good point. I'm really pleased with that. I really like it. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Thank you. Not long until Leonie now. 4:37. I have to go and march around the lounge to keep my mind occupied. I have to go prancing around the lounge to keep my mind occupied. Thank you, Jane. Oh, thank you, Leslie. I'm sorry if I didn't say hello, Leslie. Oh, bless, Leslie spent a fortune. Oh, thanks so much, Leslie. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. And I'll see you all later in the evening. I'll probably message you or speak to you somewhere. Where is Leonie live? Satu, she's on her Chanda. She's on a Chanda at 6 p.m. She's on a Chanda at 6 p.m. You can get it online at achanda.com. Oh, thank you, June. Thank you, Flower. Thank you, Amy. So I'll see you all soon. Thanks, Linda. See you all soon. Bye, everybody. Bye, Ruth. Thank you. Thanks, Margaret. Bye.